You know, if you're struggling with a little bit of depression, or you're struggling with a little bit of unhappiness, there's a few things that I've came to understand what it actually means. When you're in a form of, let's say, you're in a form of feeling. What does one guy did explain how depression works is that if you take a funnel and you have sand in it, right? Like sand goes through it, right? And then you wet the sand, right? Now the sand is having a hard time coming through the funnel, right? That is frustrating. That's the definition of it, meaning that if things are not processed, or you are not processing things in life at a good rate, but it goes to a backup place. It goes into a backup folder in your mind, and because depression means there's too much changes happening in your life, and you are not dealing with that changes quick enough, and it goes into a backup storage in the back of your mind. And what happens is that, if things are in a backup storage, there's a lot of files and a lot of thoughts that you just don't want to go through those files in your mind. You're afraid of changes. You are not coping. You're confused. And I realize in my own personal life is when I'm dealing with those type of things is that, am I processing things faster? That's the thing about it. If you are not processing life, and life is very quick. As people think life is a very slow pace, life actually is a very quick game, and you have to train yourself to or have a mindset that changes is a must. Because the older we get, the more rigid we become in our ways, our thinking. We don't want to change. We don't want to go outside of what we know, and that is things that most people can't do. Most people can't change, and that's where some people go into depression, because there's a way in their mind how life should be, but life is not going like that, or there's changes that they never planned for. And what happens is they go into backup stages where the mind goes into serious backups, and they just sit there and they deal with this thing. So that's how you deal with it. Dealing with it is know that life is about changes. Okay. Deal with it, suck it up. You don't have control over life. Honestly, you can prepare to an extension, but you have to deal with life. You just have to realize life is quick, and you have to process things quicker. I like to journal a lot. The journaling help for me. You write down all your process, because sometimes in your mind you have this type of thing of how life is, but if you write it down on a piece, when you write it down, you realize life is not so bad. So learn to deal with life by processing things and learning to deal with changes. Don't be afraid to change.